Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we are taking another cheeky look at Stellar. Specifically we're doing an XLM price prediction. It's been doing incredibly well recently, Chris, so it's a good time to have another look at the XLM chart against USD, see how it is performing, and hopefully give a little bit of insight as to where this thing might be going before a potential pullback. So if you do find this video useful, informative, go ahead and smash that like button for Chris. He really does appreciate it, as do I. And if you're new to the channel and not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with all the various videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, with all that said and done, Chris, shall we jump on over to the desktop and take a look at the Stellar to USD chart and start talking about this price prediction?
Yeah, let's do it, Nick. Let's get straight into it.
Fantastic. Right, so XLM price prediction. Stellar, has been soaring towards that 47-cent area. So it's been fantastic to see it move so well. It's, as they say, Chris, engaging thrust boosters. Sometimes. But anyway, Stellar, has stepped above a crucial area, a barrier that I've just marked out on this particular screen here. This blue line comes in at 41 cents. It's been a bit of a barrier during January that we just couldn't get past, and it's fantastic to see that it has finally got there. So this basically is now clearing a way for getting the price above $1, which is fantastic. So we're going to have a look at see what that might mean in the short term. So some various technical levels have aligned in support and basically an expected upswing, right? So we're going to have a look at those, and the price will have to obviously hold above the 41 for this to obviously take part of this full potential. But so far it seems like it is going to be there. Looks like it's going to close above that level today. So that's going to be really good. So yeah, I guess that's not the only project, Chris, that has been doing so well either. We have seen significant growth in things like Bitcoin, ADA, XRP. They've all been moving quite nicely as well. So it was kind of a no-brainer really that we were going to see XLM also take part. So Stellar's been keen on sustaining this upward trend. It's a widespread crypto rally. I mean, I think the market cap, Chris, at the point of recording this video is $1.45 trillion, right? So it's a significant amount of money that has come in here. Over $1 trillion, Chris, now has come in since we started our YouTube channel, which is just, a number that we were called stupid and all sorts of different names for, wasn't it? Back in the early days.
Yeah.
But it's here. Money is coming in thick and fast. So Stellar is going to be taking part in this rally for sure. So yeah, I think the bulls are eyeing up ranges over $1 now, and we're going to go through some of that technical stuff for you. So what we can do is we can just have a look at our chart here, and we can see this on our daily view to start with. So on the Stellar to USD daily, we obviously have this blue line marked out. As I said, this is the 41 cent area that's been a bit of a barrier of entry. We're trying to get past it, haven't done so. We had the push up here on the 7th of February, the pullback, we then actually broke through it finally and actually got the close very narrowly. If I come on zoom in for you guys, so you can see how narrow that was of actually getting that close, right? So it managed to close above it, and that was a good starting position. We had a slight pullback, but the bulls really got control because it was a key area that was focused in on. So it was very narrow, very close, but we got that in there, and it has done really well for us today. So if I just zoom back out and pull this down again so we can see a little bit clearer what's gone on. So not only has the price rallied well, but we've also seen some good volume as well in those previous days. So the volumes come up and drop down dramatically. But that was a very much required move in order to keep the price moving to the upside. Likewise, we had the volume come up again and kind of go down most recently day on day. That has allowed the price to increase without doing too much damage to the RSI. So the RSI has been corrected and kind of sustained because the volumes have altered and changed. But we are currently overbought on this daily chart as well, Chris. So this has got an RSI of 79. Okay, so it is now overbought, technically speaking, but it can sustain it being up here for a little bit of time, as we can see from the history in this particular rally, or even this rally here. So we've only just entered this space on the daily, so we'll have to see if that can be sustained up there, or we're going to have a correction. Now we do have this 41-cent area that could hopefully be a good form of support, but let's go ahead and pull this down, Chris, into our 4-hourly view. 4-hourly view shows us a little bit more of what's going on here. Okay, so we can obviously see within these 4 hours that the rally up to the upside here, the pullback that it briefly had before the bulls got control of it again. So this whole area, the 41 cent, was seriously testing the XLM token and the price. And there was a bit of a battle up the top here, but we have managed to rally it through and have got some ground on it currently. So this 4-hourly chart shows us that battle in a little bit of detail within those candles, and you can also see the volume, right? So we have the volume spikes coming up and decreasing, and most recently going a bit flat. So the volumes could do with reducing down a tad further in order to correct the RSI a little bit more. And the fantastic thing you can see here is the RSI got corrected quite sharply down towards 50, which gave it the maximum swing to the upside on the candle side. So we've only just become overbought, slight pullback in the most recent 4-hour window here with some selling pressure happening. But ultimately, if we can reduce the volume here, we can correct the RSI a little bit lower and then kick that volume back up, we should be able to continue this upward trend and upward motion. So the 4-hourly chart, Chris, is actually looking quite nice for XLM at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this down into our 1-hourly view and just expand those candles a little bit, because this 1-hourly view gets you in that granular detail so you can see exactly what's going on there. So yeah, with here you can see, you'll see that area of barrier of the 41 cent. We can see that we had the testing here, we broke up and we got crashed right back down towards that Fibonacci level. This whole area here has been acting as a good area of support for us. So rallying hard on that support and pushing the price back up. We had the breakout, we had a little baby pullback here, but by this point, to be honest with you guys, we were already comfortable within our RSI. We weren't overbought, and therefore it was really hard for the bears to really get control of that and pull the price back down. It was not like we were overbought in this situation where they could easily correct the RSI right down here. When you're in this middle ground here, you're going to have really have something strong happen in terms of volume to get that price dropping. So they were unable to pull the price down. That rallied hard. The bulls got full control at this point and pushed it much further up. So we have seen an RSI of 74, but we are most recently just come right down touching the line of 70. So we have a little bit of selling pressure now up here in the red zone, and annoyingly and very frustratingly so, the volumes are a little bit higher than they were when we were in this zone. So we are expecting potentially a pullback of that price unless that volume can decrease. But we are in a good area here as well, but we could see this also flip to the upside very quickly with some positive volume. So I'm not too concerned at this point, Chris, on this hourly view. I think it's a bit of a battle. This is a battleground zone, if you will. There's definitely a tug of war happening here between the two sides, and the RSI is primed for going in either direction at this point. If the bulls really wanted to get some volumes in here, they could take this back up into the overbought area, but ultimately we could be expecting a bit of a pullback towards the 50 zone of the RSI, and in order to really do the minimal amount of damage to that, the volume needs to decrease. If we can have a decreasing volume with a correction on the RSI, the price may only fall a fraction of the space that it has done already. So there's lots of potential in this one, Chris, and I think we can see some things do quite well. So let's just pull this up into our daily view for a bit of a summary before we get into a little bit more of the nitty-gritty aspects of it. So here we can see that the volumes are relatively high at the moment. They're not necessarily low like the daily is suggesting. We know the RSI is at just about 70, so it could potentially be pulling back down if the volumes do not decrease. And ultimately, if the volumes were to increase with a bullish sentiment, then we could go back into overbought territory, but it wouldn't last very long. Most likely a correction is going to have to happen in order to correct the RSI. With a bit of luck, if the volumes can start decreasing on the hourly, then we should be able to maintain a good price before the next leg up. Ultimately, we're looking to get the RSI below 50, ideally, towards 40 or 30. If we can deal with a 50 though, we can get a good swing from there as well. And I think the technicals are going to allow for that. I think the market in general, Chris, is very much a buying market right now. Lots of fresh money is coming in. So I am expecting that actually we'll just get a bit of a correction. Maybe there will be a little bit of a decline in the volume. The price may actually just bounce off around this area, somewhere in here of this particular wick high. And if that's the case, then ultimately, yeah, we should be in a good position to move up to the next level. And the next level, guys, the next price target that we're talking about in the immediate future here is 55.8 cent. Okay, so 55.8 cent is the first price target that we're working our way towards right now. So when we take that one out of the equation, after that it's 42.7, and then we have the $1.09. Okay, but those are just the immediate price actions and do not represent like the full potential of XLM and the Stellar network. Obviously, there's going to be so much further for this thing to go. This is just the short-term Fibonacci extension levels that we're getting indicated as a part of this particular chart, and ultimately we can replace these levels once we get this rally over with as well. So once we get up here, we'll probably end up resetting it, and it will show us new price targets. Okay, so we're in a bit of a bull run, so ultimately we're going to have to reset a lot of this as things develop, and we're going to get new price targets, but ultimately we're looking for getting over at dollar level. $9 is the price that we're aiming for on this particular chart before resetting. And Chris, I think fundamentals will play a part of that, won't it?
Yeah, completely, Nick. Like, I think we've mentioned it before, particularly on like live streams and stuff, that real use case is going to start to become a factor, I guess, in not just price discovery, but whether we're likely to see big or small retracements in projects. And I've kind of aired my opinion on it that some projects are going to retrace very similar to the last bull run, whereas others may not. And I think that's really going to be down to use case. And I think XLM has the potential to be one of those projects.
It really does. I mean, you just think about the things that they're working on with Africa, USDC and 15,000 farmers. We obviously have various different stable coins at this point, Euro B, USDC, and I think, yeah, there's fantastic things that are happening that are really going to help drive more adoption of XLM and various different use cases for the blockchain. So, technical analysis aside, the fundamentals are fantastic for Stellar, and I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon. So yeah, I think it's going to be really good, Chris.
Definitely.
So guys, if you have found this video useful, informative, do go ahead and smash that like button for Chris. He really does appreciate it, as do I. And if you're new to the channel and not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with all the various videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And with all that said and done, we hope you have a fantastic day, guys, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Take care.